While Sir Joshua Reynolds
Reynolds. Reynolds.
While Sir Joshua Reynolds was enjoying official glory as president of the Royal Academy, his most important
Rival.
rival in portrait
Rival means enemy. Okay. Enemy, or you can say the opposition, opponent. Right. So while Sir Joshua Reynolds was enjoying official glory as president of the Royal Academy, he was the president of the Royal Academy. His most important rival in portrait means he was also one of the painters, portrait painters, and he was his opponent. Okay, he was the one who used to make good pictures, and he was his opponent. Yatharth Yadav, sorry, Verma, what is the time for the class? It's 9:32. The time of the class is 9:20. Harsh, why are you late? Harsh, why are you late for the class?
Ma'am, I was joining, but it was not joining. Yes, ma'am.
Apurv, continue.
painting was Thomas Gainsborough. He thought
Gainsborough, Apurv, it's Gainsborough, beta.
Thomas Gainsborough. He thought himself because he did not
Taught himself. Read carefully.
He taught himself because he did not believe painting could be taught in a school.
So the name of the rival was Sir Joshua Reynolds, and he taught himself. He was self-learner. He was not taught by anybody else. He learned painting on his own because he believed that this cannot be taught in a school. Okay, now for example, we also teach you a lot of things in the school, but then what happens? Whatever you are interested in, only that thing you grasp, right?
Like Thomas Gainsborough taught himself.
No.
Ma'am, but after this, it's written like while the Royal Academy argued the case.
While the Royal Academy fought back with pictures, let's see how he did. Okay.
And then, ma'am, he was
Yes,
the president
Thomas
of the
Gainsborough.
Royal
Thomas
Academy.
Gainsborough taught himself how to paint, and let's see. Okay, read.
Can you please tell the number?
argued
Number
the
70.
Gainsborough fought back with pictures. Let's see how he did it.
So, because he taught himself how to paint, he believed that the art of painting cannot be taught in a school. This is something which should be inbuilt, right? There were many pictures which the people thought that they were not worthy of being displayed, or they were not good. But yet, Thomas Gainsborough, he kept on fighting for his pictures. Let's see how he did it. Yatharth Verma, read. Page number 70, for instance.
Number
Page number 70.
Second paragraph.
For instance, at the academy, they thought that blue being a cold color should never
What?
because
Yatharth Verma, you're not audible, beta.
for instance, at the academy, they thought that blue being a cold color should never dominate a painting because it would not be effective. It should be
So,
used.
in the academy, in the Royal Academy, people thought that blue color should not be used because it is a very cold color. It is not a
Cold
bright
color.
color. It is a very cold color. It is a very dull color. And so, it should not be used in most of the paintings. It should not dominate any feature. Means it should not be the most important features should not be colored with blue color, right? Because the people thought that it would not appear to be very effective, not pleasing to the eyes, because it is a very dull color. Yes.
They said only in the background or in small quantities. James
Barrow
Gainsborough painting the por- por-
portrait
of the portrait for the boy called Master Button to show how wrong he idled that idea.
So what did Gainsborough do? Gainsborough, on the last page, you can see there's a boy who is wearing blue color dress, right? So he painted this boy's clothes in blue color in order to show to the people that, you know, blue is not a cold color and can be used, and whatever they consider, I mean, they consider blue color to be a very dull color, and that is completely wrong, right? So they consider, he painted this boy, the dress of this boy, the clothes of this boy in blue because he wanted to show to the world that the people are wrong. Blue can be used as the main color and not only in the background. Is it clear to everybody?
And to basically oppose the thought of the Royal Academy.
Yes, to oppose the thought of the Royal Academy people who thought that blue color can only be used in the background.
The background.
The main features of the painting cannot be painted blue, right?
Subject.
So right. So this idea was opposed by painting the clothes of the color of the boy in blue. Continue.
The public induction by the dominating of the picture called it a blue boy. The blue boy.
Now what
Looking
happened? What
at
was
the
the people's
painting-
reaction? What was the people's reaction? People were very
Filled with joy.
right. The people were filled with joy. They were
Joy.
very happy. They were very happy to see that the pictures can be painted in blue color also. Okay, that blue color is not a cold color and it can be used as the main feature of the painting, right? So that is why people were very happy because this perspective, this conception, this notion, whatever you say, was dominated by
Gainsborough.
yes, Gainsborough, because he painted the boy, the clothes of the boy in blue color, which were quite attractive. Right. In the last picture also, you can see there is no point why we can say that the clothes of the boy are not attractive. They are quite attractive. The picture does not seem that it is awkward or it cannot be seen or whatever. Can you see the picture? Anything that you can say that the color blue is not good? Can you say that it is not looking good or whatever? Okay, so people were very happy, and because the clothes of the apparels of the boy were colored in blue color, so it was known as the Blue Boy. The painting was famous as the Blue Boy. Yes, Yatharth Burma.
Looking at this painting, we are at one struck with the beauty of the shimmering blue silk. The color seems to sing in higher and lower tones. Every color note is different from the other. As singing voices are hit, they all blend together in one harmony. The painter is the
Orchestra leader.
orchestra leader.
What is orchestra?
Or
Band of 8 peoples.
Sorry?
Band of 8 peoples.
Yes, band of 8 people. Peoples? What happened?
Oh, people. Sorry.
Hmm.
but instead of the button,
Baton.
he holds the brush, which moves around in various ways in a smoother.
So the painting is quite beautiful. The color is shimmering blue, and the color, the dress is shimmering blue silk. The cloth has been described. It is shimmering blue silk because only in silk you find such glossiness and shimmer. Okay, so the color is the color of the dress is shimmering blue, and the cloth is silk,
Right.
and it has high and low tones of color blue. Means different shades of blue have been used in this painting, and this is the painting of an orchestra leader. Right, this boy seems to be an orchestra leader, a band of 8 people, and he's holding a baton in his hand. What is a baton? A stick.
A stick.
A stick which is used by the leader of an orchestra. Okay, so the person you might have seen in movies also, there are people moving their batons like this.
Yes.
Right. So instructing the people playing the instruments, instructing them as to how low or how high the tone or pitch should be. Right. So he was holding a baton in his hand, and he was like he holds a. It was like a brush which was moving in all the directions. Right. He makes us almost feel his own delight in the painting. So this Thomas Gainsborough, he makes us feel the painting. Right? He makes us feel
Yes,
the painting. Yes. Now Sparsh will read. Sparsh.
Gainsborough used a simple background, a hillside under a evening sky
An
covered
evening.
with
An evening.
an evening sky.
Yes, you have to read after when.
It's okay. That much I have taught better. That much I have explained. It's okay. Yes. Sparsh, read.
Covered with clouds. The color have faded into darkish brown and grays. The
Why will you use the here, beta? You are not supposed to use the here. It's the. The is used in front of vowels where you do not use a. So you're not supposed to use the here.
The boy's blue silk suit radiates against this dull hues. Dull hues. It is highlighted by the white race collar and cuffs and the white split of the jacket, the white feather of the hat.
Again, you're using
And-
the everywhere. The will not be used here. Please use the.
White feather of the hat and the white stockings with their shadows guide our eyes down to the shadowy ground.
Right. So the Gainsborough has used a very simple background. There's a hillside, there's an evening, and the color that have been used to define hillside and evening are browns and grays. But you can see in the picture that though the background is very dark, it's brown, gray, the darkest shade of green that can be used, but still the radiance that the dress is having, the blue dress, the radiance that it consists of is highlighting the picture. It's making the picture bright, and the main highlight of the picture are the white collar, the lace of the collar on the chest area also, and the cuffs here. This is called cuffs. Okay, the sleeve, the portion here.
Sleeve endings.
Right. So those are known as cuffs, and white slits of the jacket. You can see there are white slits on the jacket. There are white linings on the jacket. So these are white feather of the hat. Okay. There's a hat in his hand, though the white feather, you can see there's a white feather also. Can you see?
Yeah, behind
Black
the
hat,
baton.
and then there is a tail-like feather, a big feather there.
Behind the baton.
Right, behind the baton. So these are all the highlights of the picture, whereas the background is quite dull. So you all might have, you all can make out why is the background so dull. The background is dull so as to make the main picture, the main subject a little bright. Right. If he would have used bright colors in the background also, then the bright color of his dress, the thing that he actually wanted to show, the radiance of the blue color, would not have been properly visible to the eyes, right? Visible to the eyes of the viewers. So that is the only reason he has not used dark shades. Dark shade dress, and he has not used bright colors in the background. Right. So that is why he has used dark colors in the background so as to make the subject or the main the subject of the picture appear bright. Right. That
Now
is
can I
why
read?
you can see in the picture that because of the dark color, the background, the boy is appearing to be so bright. Yes, Yatharth,
Gainsborough,
do
one another.
not become a train, okay? Read slowly
Yeah.
so that others can also understand what you're reading.
Gainsborough won another artistic argument against Sir Joshua Reynolds with the same picture.
Reynolds or Reynolds?
Reynolds with the same picture. Reynolds thought that he had to add some story to his portraits. Gainsborough thought this unnecessary. He painted Master Battle simply as the boy looked when he stopped for a chat on his evening walk. It is exactly this natural simplicity that we find so appealing. The intelligent face of the boy is very much alive. His features are fine and sensitive. Whoever looks into his attentive eyes will always remember him as a person, not only for his blue garment.
So Gainsborough
At the-
again. So Gainsborough won another artistic argument against Sir Joshua Reynolds with the same picture. Okay, what did Reynolds? Yeah, Reynolds thought that he had to add some story to his portraits. So Reynolds, he had an idea that whatever he painted, there should be a story behind it. Gainsborough thought that there is no need of putting any stories behind the pictures. The pictures can be simply painted. Okay, I mean, if people are just talking to each other, it can be painted. Whatever seems beautiful to the eyes could be painted, and there was no story. There has to be no story. This is not necessary that there has to be story behind every picture. Okay, so in fact, this blue boy, whenever you look at the picture, you can again and again, I'm telling you to look at the picture. You can, when you look at the picture, you will not only look at the boy's garments, not only the blue color, but the face of the boy, the intelligence in his eyes, the confidence in his eyes, his attractive face. These things can also be noticed in the picture. Not only the blue color has been portrayed beautifully, but the other things have also been portrayed very beautifully, so that whosoever looks towards the picture attentively looks, and it appears to be appealing to the eyes of the viewer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
At the exhibition of the Royal Academy of 1770, Gainsborough's The Blue Boy was the hit of the show.
So there was an exhibition of the Royal Academy in 1770 where the blue boy was the best picture, okay, displayed.
This picture shows that art is in the artist's mind, not only in his hand.
So
Unlike
again, we are going to read about one more picture which shows that the art the art is in the artist's mind, not in his hand. Okay. There are several times, children, when we visit the same place, but we do not find any beauty. But a person with artistic skills, a painter, may probably find beauty in that very same thing in which we could not find anything interesting, right? So it is the mind of the artist, not his hands. Whenever he sees something beautiful, whenever he sees something attractive, he starts painting that thing. So that means that there's something in the mind. The mind tells them that this is beautiful, you should start painting. So they start painting that particular thing. Okay, so we will see how there is artistic skills in the mind of the artist and not only in his hand. Yes.
Unlike most working professionals, those who are artists never truly retire.
Exactly.
Pierre Auguste Renoir,
Pere Augustus Renoir.
1841 to 1919, the French painter continued to paint even after being crippled by rheumatism in his old age. Let us look at the
What do you mean by crippled?
Ma'am, like have difficulty in walking.
Yes, difficulty in walking and doing things, moving your muscles and joints. So rheumatism is a disease which affects your muscles and joints. Okay, so though he was a painter, he was attacked by this disease, but he still didn't stop painting. Hmm.
Let us look at the passion which drove Renoir to keep creating masterpieces till he breathed his last.
So even till his last breath, he kept on painting. These diseases or anything in his life, difficulties in his life, did not stop him from doing what he actually wanted to.
When the great French painter Auguste Renoir was over 60, a baby son was born to him. The baby was named Claude. But
So
he was
imagine
called
when he was 60 years of age. Okay, there was a baby, a son. There was a son who was born to his family. Okay, so the new member came to his family when he was 60 years of age.
But he was called Coco by his family. Soon he was known as Coco to the entire world because every year the famous artist painted a new portrait of his little son.
So the name of the son was Claude, but he was, as we all know,
Nicknamed
yeah. So you have Toto. What is your name?
Tintin.
Tintin, right? I remembered that something is with T. So, like we have Tintin and Jinjin and whatever. So, he was also called Coco, and soon, I mean, he was called Coco by his family, but soon the entire world started calling him Coco because this famous painter, he painted a new portrait of his little son every year. So, the entire world came to know this little boy.
By the time he painted the picture shown here, the old master was suffering severely from rheumatism. He was no longer able to hold his brush in his fingers. It had to be tied to his hand by a bandage. The artist was able to vary the pressure of the brush with his hand and to direct it with his arm.
So the time when the picture that you can see when it has been made, this man was actually suffering severely, and he could not any longer hold his brush in his hand properly. It had to be tied with the help of a band-aid, and some strokes were given by him with his arm, right? So still you can see the picture is painted beautifully. So you can imagine when he was actually all right, how beautifully he would have painted.
Renoir gave a soft pearly pink effect to this picture we see here, showing his little son painting at an easel.
Children,
Coco's
when did I
blonde
tell you to mute your videos? All of you have muted your videos and you're just sitting like that. So I will also mute my video from tomorrow.
If we look, Coco's blonde hair, his light complexion, and his light grey smock all went into harmonious pink shades.
So you can see the picture is very beautiful. The boy is quite cute, and the little son, he's sitting over here. He has blonde hair, a very light complexion, means he's quite fair, and then he has this long piece of cloth that he's a little gray smock, means the piece of cloth that he's
Long
wearing, right? Okay, and this cloth is he is wearing in order to protect his clothes from paint. Okay, because the paint may fall on him, so he is protecting his clothes from the paint, and the pink shade on his face, everything is blend harmoniously. Yes.
Coco seems to be quite a small boy, although he is sitting at a real easel, the kind grown-up painters use. But after all, we would expect a painter's son to start out like a professional.
So you can see how easily he's sitting with like real ease he's sitting. He is actually sitting like, grown-up painters sit. But we can expect this. This could happen because he is actually the painter of a famous, son of a famous painter, right? So he might have seen his father sitting like this. So we can believe that, it is quite easy for this little boy to sit like this and paint like professionals. Yes.
If we look carefully, we can follow a rounded line heading from the child's forehead through his shoulder, elbow, hand, and brush to his canvas. In this rounded line, Renoir wanted to show us how thoughtful Coco was when he was painting, how he put on canvas only what he had first figured out in his mind.
So when we look towards the picture carefully, what do we see? We see the little child's forehead through the shoulder and his elbows, everything perfectly set, right? He has something in his mind which he is almost going to paint. So everything is perfectly set and he is about to start with his painting. Yes.
Renoir even makes us see that Coco is actually painting a still life of the flower vase on the table. We understand this by the way Renoir arranged this picture. The flower vase seems to be the starting point of the rounded line from
So you
Coco's
all can
forehead
see there's a
to his
flower
brush
vase
and canvas.
painted. So you all can see that there's a flower vase being painted. Okay. So everything you can see there's a still life. I mean still life. What do you mean by still life?
Stationery.
Right. Whatever you no stationery nahi. I mean anything that is just kept and you start painting that. Right. Like for you, for example, you are sitting and I start making your picture. So that is still life. Okay. So he is making still life of a flower vase and everything around has been so arranged so as to make the picture. Means everything you can see in the picture. There's a flower vase, there is a canvas, the boy is sitting, he's ready to paint his picture. So this is still life. Means the boy might have been sitting like this in front of the painter and he started painting, and behind where you can see there's a flower vase. Maybe this is a picture of his house where there was a flower vase, and this is a still life picture. Means this is an original picture which he's actually wanted to bring into life. He wanted to capture the moment, and obviously like today we have cameras, we can instantly capture pictures. There were no cameras, and obviously he wanted a memory of his son probably, so he wanted to make this picture to make a memorable one. So always to keep in his mind when the picture of his child painting. Okay. He was a father, he was a painter, he was a father. Obviously, if your father is a doctor, he would be really happy if you also become a doctor, you also start practicing like him, right? So probably this man would have been very happy seeing his son doing the same thing like he does, right?
Yes,
So he
ma'am.
wanted to bring that moment into life. So he painted this picture.
This tells us that the flower vase will go onto the canvas, first through the little painter's mind and then his brush. Thus, Renoir shows us in a painting what he so often said in words, that the artist works first with his mind and then with his hand.
So this shows that the artist works with his mind and then with his hand. He almost has everything in the picture, in his mind, sorry, and then he brings it down in the picture.
mommy.
He proved this even more clearly in his own latest works. Toward the end of his life, he was completely crippled, hand and foot. But he still made sculptures, even though he had to do it through the hand of a friend. By giving direction to the actual sculpture, Renoir remained the artist who really created the figure.
So he proved this even more clearly in his own in latest works. Towards the end of his life, he was completely crippled, hand and foot. But he still made sculptures, even though he had to do it through the hands of a friend. Means there was a friend who was helping him making these pictures. Still, there were life in this picture. There was life in this picture. Okay. By giving directions to the actual sculptor, Renoir remained the artist who really created the figures. So he kept on instructing his friends and he kept on making the sculptures, and he still was the same man, Renoir, the famous French painter.
These sculptures are known and valued throughout the world as Renoir's masterpieces. In them, we can easily recognize the style of Renoir's latest years. No other artist could have conceived the rhythm of these richly curving lines, the quality of flesh that seems so full of life. Nobody else had this wonderful way of showing how the parts of the body work together.
So this paragraph just tells you that Renoir kept on making pictures, and there was nobody else who could make such masterpieces. Nobody else had this wonderful way of showing how the parts of the body work together. He was crippled. He was, if you might have seen now also people become paralyzed and there are some problems in the life of the people and they give up. But this man, he was truly an example for everybody else. He showed everybody that all the body parts work in an harmony. If we try to
Make them work.
bring our best, yes, they will work. In spite of his handicap, Renoir remained a happy man to the end, but because he never stopped creating new works of art that gave him joy and satisfaction as long as he lived. So the main important thing that he did was that though he was a handicap, but he never stopped doing what he actually wanted to do. So that is why it is always told to you people that pursue your passion. What you actually want to do not stop doing that. Even if face failures, even if people try to put you down, but whatever you actually want in your life, you should go for it. Okay, don't just think that what people will say, what if I fail, what will be the result, no. You at least have to try. Probably you will not succeed, but you will never have this regret in your mind that you never even tried. And what if you succeed? You will be the happiest person on earth, because a person, if the person gets to do what he actually wants to, then I don't think there is anybody happier than that person. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So children, you all have to do all the 6 question answers and both the RTCs in your notebook and send it to me by tomorrow evening.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody is listening?
Yes, ma'am.
All the 6 question answers. Children, you will leave 1 page for the new words and you have to leave 2 pages. 1 for the new words and 1 for word meaning.
Ma'am, you haven't given us the third and the fourth.
I will do that. I know that. Okay. So you will leave page for this and then start doing the work from the 3rd page. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo then. Bye everybody. Have a very good day.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.